All right, banned from 50 libraries, constant interruptions from drag queens, and even one library director being fired for disrupting his children's book reading. Actor Kirk Cameron has faced an uphill battle from the left because of his new book, As You Grow. But it hasn't all been in vain, though. He's still continuing to hold children's story hours and stress the importance of faith, family, and country. And joining us right now, actor and author of As You Grow, Kirk Cameron. Kirk, great to have you here. I mean, to many people have been watching Newsmax. They know that you've had some problems at public libraries, the same public libraries that have had drag queen story hours or whatever they call them. What's that been like?
It's been exhilarating. In a time where people are feeling demoralized by a crumbling culture, this is an opportunity for me and families across the nation to do something and drive some positive action in the right direction. I don't think what's happened at these libraries has been a problem personally. I see it as a privilege. I see this as the opportunity to make the difference that's so needed in our country right now. And what better to get behind than fighting for the hearts and minds of our children? I think that the moral decay that we're seeing could actually be the precursor to people waking up and pushing back in the right direction so that we get back to the virtues and values that made this the freest, strongest, most blessed and prosperous nation in the history of the earth.
And Kirk, you're in New York City because you had an event scheduled that then got canceled because of some controversy, but you said, so what?
That's right. I want to come here. I've been fortunate enough to talk and engage with 3 million people on Facebook, and my #1 group of engaged followers is here in New York City. But all of the library system has said no to this sweet and beautifully illustrated children's book called As You Grow, about love, kindness, joy, patience, and self-control. So we're showing up at Bryant Park. And we will be there tomorrow at noon, and we invite everybody to come, and we're going to have a time of celebrating love for God, love for our families, and love for our country.
What is the basis for their objection? Are they afraid there are going to be protests showing up? Which is an odd thing. I mean, this book on its own, let's say you weren't a famous actor, which you obviously are, this book wouldn't generate that kind of response?
I think it's the cultural moment that we live in. With so many story hours going across the nation, outraging parents over the moral depravity that's being spoon-fed to our toddlers and to our young people. This is something that comes as an alternative, but is seen as an opposition to a movement that is looking to progress and ultimately capitalize on things like story hour and indoctrination for children.
Is that what it's about?
No.
You weren't trying to create protests.
I'm not coming for a fight at all. In fact, we invite everybody to participate. So we invite people who would like to protest. I would like to know which value they're protesting: love, kindness, joy. And if that's what they're protesting, well, I appreciate them clarifying for us what their mission is all about. Ours is about bringing the nation back and healing America from the inside out.
So you're welcoming people even if they don't agree with your message, even if they're not Christian, even if they're not religious.
There was a day when I didn't agree with my message, and I today describe myself as a recovering atheist. I now love God, and I love my family, and I love my country, and I love companies like Brave Books, who is publishing stories with pro-God, pro-America values so that parents can invest in their children and develop fearless faith, moral integrity. That's what we desperately need. And so I encourage people, support them. Go to bravebooks.com and you can subscribe to their Book of the Month Club, which will have a new book arrive at your door every month for your kids, teaching them the values of kindness, patriotism, courage, and self-control, and warn about cancel culture, CRT, and communism in ways that kids can understand, and you can reinforce those values in your home.
Let me ask you something. You said you used to be atheist. I assume you mean that literally.
Yes.
What changed?
God. That sounds like an oversimplified answer, but the truth is I think we are, as individuals and collectively now as a nation, we forget where we came from, and we're blind to things that we need most, and so I opened my heart and said, God, if you're there, I want to know. Would you please show me? And somebody handed me a Bible. I learned that that's the book that built America, that is the taproot for our religious freedom, our moral integrity, for our religious freedom, for our political and economic freedom. And that book changed my life.
Fascinating.
Wow.
That's wonderful.
And,
Great
and,
story.
yeah, and before we let you go, one word you said, that all of these protests, all of this negativity thrown at you has been exhilarating. Why?
Because history tells us that revival comes during times of moral decay, spiritual apathy, and economic collapse. I think we're due for one any day now, and that tells me that this cultural setback just might be the divine setup for a spiritual comeback led by the family of faith. And I'm meeting with them in the thousands on this book tour. So I would be remiss to if I didn't mention that if people are looking for a way to show up, if they're looking for a way to partner with us, go to bravebooks.com and join the Brave team. Start your own story hour, or subscribe to the Book of the Month Club.
I love it. And again, you're going to be in Bryant Park right here in New York City tomorrow at noon for anybody.
Everybody.
You invite anyone and everybody. And again, if they have a problem with it, go talk to Kirk Cameron.
That's right.
He
Party
wants to talk
poopers
to
are
you.
welcome.
There you go.
We
Debbie
include all.
Downers. Yes.
They can all come.
All right, Kirk Cameron, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.